It's me on the couch. Oh!
Did I miss anything?
I was literally, I said, it's me on the couch, and you sat down. You can hear that, though. You got your earpiece in.
Oh, yeah, I do. How you doing, bud?
How's it going, Ike? I feel weird being on this side. You got to be on that side.
Okay, no, that's cool. Yeah, I like being on the left. They call me a lefty, so I'm on the left.
You're on the left. All right.
Hey, Richard. How's it going, buddy?
Look at Richard. He's right on the ball tonight, eh?
Yeah, he must be completely bored out of his frickin' skull, so he put the Heikadelic show on.
Yeah.
And Junior, too. He's bored as well.
What's up, brother?
Hey, Junior. Yeah, we might have to talk to our fans tonight because there's only two of us.
What? There's only two of us? How could you tell?
Yeah. And then there was two. and it's funny because I sent the message out. I thought everybody was going to be on tonight. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, for all you people out there, welcome to another edition of the Heikadelic Show. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Awesome.
Hey, at least our Susan's going kayaking too. She kayaks.
Can I come on Wednesday?
I'm not going Wednesday. I'm going Tuesday.
Oh, I thought you go Wednesday. Wednesday and Sunday.
But, well, to be honest, I'm going out for dinner with my daughter. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. So you've switched it to Tuesday, which is tomorrow.
It is.
What time are you going?
I'm pretty flexible.
Okay.
What time is good for you?
Well, I got to take my pooch to the chiropractor. He's got a 3:00 appointment in Stouffville, so I should be home by between 4:30 and 5 sometime.
So 5:36 or 6:30? What type of?
No, not that late.
I get home at 5, so.
Okay, so and then what do I?
Hey, and you want my address too? I'll tell you what time I get home. The code to my house.
Here, actually, I'll give you my ping where I live, right on the screen, so everybody can see it.
No, if you want to go tomorrow, I'll. I think I can go tomorrow too. Yeah, I want to go.
Okay, all right. You'll have to tell me what I need to bring and do and all that neat shit. And
well, you're just using mine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is for anybody. Hey, well, let's talk about kayaking here for a second.
So what do I wear? Long pants, long shirt, and bug spray.
So depending on the weather, let me look up the weather right now.
All right.
The weather.
Hey, who else wants to come kayaking?
Yeah, you never know.
We'll tell you where we're going to meet and show up.
Meet the secret spot. Okay, so tomorrow, that's today. Oh,
cheers, by the way.
It's a little bit chilly.
That's okay. Chilly's good.
So the hottest point of the day, which is when it's just going to start getting cooler. So at 5:30, say, tomorrow, it's like about 24. And if we go out, how long would you like to paddle for? A couple hours, hour and a half?
Couple hours, yeah.
Couple hours, okay. So say we went till 8. It's gonna drop almost 10 degrees.
That's okay.
Or no, sorry, 5 degrees. It's gonna drop 5 degrees, but it's gonna be like 19, right? So
19 dropping down to 14.
No, 24 to 19. So it's gonna be sunny and that's gonna start getting blurry on the fingers.
No.
Well, when you're sitting in the water and that water is high flowing, which this water usually is.
Okay.
Cold, because you're sitting in the water. It's like, imagine you put your beer in the water to stay cold, right?
Yeah.
I sit in a kayak. I don't sit on it, right? The one that you're gonna be into, you'll be sitting on it. I'm even gonna bring a little pad for your bum.
Okay, so you're not sitting right on the bottom of it, are you?
Kind of. It's a molded seat.
Okay.
Yep. So
you have to bring something to sit on.
I'm bringing something for you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll bring a little pad. It's just you just
Otherwise, you
normally
bring
like
those
gel pad.
butt warmers and stuff them in your underwear, and you can sit on
Yes.
those.
Well, you can. You can. I kayak with those. I put them in my gloves, right, on the top of
Really?
my hands and on my feet. Yeah. Oh yeah. I wear.
Wow.
I have like coffer boots. Like the winter fucking work boots and
Okay.
like rubber ones, right? I
Yeah.
go out when it's cold, man. They're good for -40, so it's
Wow. Really?
yeah. So like literally, you get cold when you're sitting in your cockpit.
Yeah, because you're really not moving. Your shoulders and arms are moving, right?
Well, okay, here's your first lesson in kayaking. Hey, how's it going? Oh, look at this. We got a couple people on tonight.
Okay. Who's
Um,
there? Okay. Hey, Kathy.
so with kayaking, it's a core workout. So you put your shoulder forward and pull
Yeah.
back, right? You keep your arms solid and pull back with your core. So it's
Okay.
like you rotate and then you turn.
Okay. Hmm.
That's where the turning your paddle goes. I like my paddle straight, but that's because it's core. So it's pretty neat, man. Um, Obviously, you're gonna pull with your arms because everybody does. But if you understand that if you go shoulder and literally just turn and use your body as a pivot, that's how you paddle.
I might get dizzy if I do that because my hand will be going back and forth the whole time.
No, because you stare straight. You always stare where you're going. Well, it's weird because your kayak actually moves, right? It fishes because
Yes.
right, and people
Yes.
are like, "Well, it's weird." No, that's how it's supposed to do.
Well, I tell you, I have kayaked once. Hey, brother, how's it going?
Let the viewers know when you're arranging your mandate.
Well, hey, some people want to know.
So nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? It's only going to get colder, right? So
Yeah, but you know what? The cool air I think is nice, and that's why I want to try it with you now because later, if you're still going when it's cooler, like in September, I'm sure I'm going to be in because hey, I got warm clothes I can wear, all that kind of shit. But I
yeah.
think being out that time of year, I think would be fabulous.
Well, I think one of the most beautiful spots that I know in our area,
Yeah.
I can paddle through, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I actually want to go out there and
Okay.
like in fall, it's going to be beautiful. It's all like maple trees and stuff, right?
Oh man, it'd
So,
be awesome.
but depending on the weather,
But see, you're talking to a biker,
yep,
right?
yep,
We love going out in the fall, doing the back roads way up north,
yep.
just to see the colors, the trees, all that shit.
This
And
is
again, you got to
biking on
dress for the
water.
weather. This is the same idea, buddy. We're just
It
on the
is.
water.
No, you want
Yeah.
no. It is 100%. I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%. It's a get up and go, pack minimal.
Yep.
You are by yourself, even if you're in a group,
Yep.
and you go. And when do you
Okay.
stop? Either at your destination or when everybody stops together.
Yep.
That's it.
And if there's only two of you, it's pretty simple.
There's only two of you. You're gonna have probably the funnest day ever. Actually,
Yeah.
I find it's when you have three guys. That's when because you have the two guys who edge each other on, and then the one guy who, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
you got to one up. When you have two guys,
Ah,
you play around a bit more.
yeah.
But with the third guy, that's when you get in trouble. Like that's when you start doing
Ah.
stupid shit.
Stupid shit is always good. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So last time
All
I did
right, man.
stupid shit, we ended up. So we were on our dirt bikes and me and my one buddy, we had 125s that were done up, and my other buddy had a 250, right? Two strokes.
Mhm.
And we were flying across the field, and we went down and over this hill, and we caught
Yep.
air from one field and literally landed in the next field over. It was like 60
No.
feet. Like 60 feet just straight out. It was crazy.
I did that once on my snowmobile.
Yeah.
Yep. I just saw this little. It looked like kind of like a nice smooth snowdrift. So I thought, hey man, I'll go into that and get a little bit of air. Well, I didn't know how it went on the other side.
Yeah.
And same shit. I went over that thing. I was airborne. I hung on to the handlebars as long as I could, but the rest of me was not on the snowmobile. And yeah, and finally I just couldn't hang on anymore. I let go and I hit the dirt. The sled landed in front of me and just kept on going. Yeah. It was awesome.
Well, okay, so gravel pit on my dirt bike. Not I do not recommend riding in gravel pits, but that's where I learned how to ride pretty much. I was flying across, and I know that they drop levels, right? Like they'll take out a spot, and I could see that they cleared this new spot, right? I was like, oh, wicked! I could drop off that, and I can see right across. I can't see right where I'm jumping, but I can see ahead that I know the speed I'm getting. I'm going to land up that way, and there's nothing there, right? Yep. So, and I can judge the height. So, and I'm flying, and I do like my compression jump, and boom, juice it, and I jump, and all of a sudden, there's this right, like probably 10 feet before where I was going to land, there's a fucking pile of dirt.
Oh.
So now I'm like, uh-oh, and literally I just tapped it with my back tire, and threw me sideways, failed. Lucky it was in sand, but fuck, man. So I love that stuff, man.
Well, sand and loose gravel is okay because it's got give to it.
It does.
Right?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I will not say loose gravel. I will say right now I've been hurt more on loose gravel and rocks than I've been hurt on anything. Loose gravel, when you get a chunk this quick, or that big, like an inch size rock, right? You know, like the inch crush.
Mm-hmm.
When you get that shot out at you when somebody's in third or fourth gear on a dirt bike and it hits you in the chest, that's like a bullet, man. Well, maybe not a bullet, but like a musket.
No. I'm telling you, being on a motorcycle doing 80 kilometers an hour, you get hit with a June bug.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's
right
like,
in the neck.
Who the frick got the slingshot out? Bam!
Yeah.
Hi, George.
Evening, boys.
How are you?
I'm good.
You're looking good.
Late. Traffic was really bad. Traffic was really bad on the 401.
Tree with your sled.
Yeah.
Okay, either. No, it's not. Oh,
no.
Okay.
You know what? I tell you what. Old man just brought up something that I have the image in my head and I will never forget it. Okay? Because I was snowmobiling with him.
Oh.
And yes. When he hit that tree, I was
skin out with that?
I was no, actually we just went through the Ganaraska Forest. We went to
oh my God, I love Ganny.
Rhinos on Rice Lake.
Yeah,
yeah,
Beautifully.
Yeah, beautifully. Yeah, we just had a beer and some fries and shit and went back. But old man just had a little bit of the whoo, gotta go. We had the heavy thumb on the throttle, right?
Like that.
And
all right, old man.
He was ahead of me. And you know what? It was the one time where I had a beer. And following him, I actually noticed one beer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I actually felt it because I just following him, chasing him. You know, he was doing awesome, and I just backed off just that little bit, right?
Well, because you get that adrenaline rush, right?
Yeah,
you get that adrenaline rush from racing. So when you stop, it does drain you. One beer will fucking affect you.
It was wild. And then I come out of the bush, and there was a little clearing, and on the other side of the clearing, there was a big, huge tree, and it was kind of lit up. Like, you know how people decorate the trees at Christmas time? They put a spotlight at the bottom?
Yep.
And that's when my heart went into my stomach, and I went, oh, my God, because I know what that meant in my head, right?
Yeah.
And I bombed over there. I hit the corner, and there was a snowmobile up into a tree with the light. The light was shining up into the tree, and there was O-Man laying in the snow at the bottom of the tree in the fetal position.
Oh, fetal.
That's one thing I will never forget.
Yeah.
But all was good. All was good. He just
Fetal
got the
position is the best position that you can end up in. I'm gonna
Yes.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
He
because when
just
you
he
see
just
them and
got
they're
the
like this.
yeah. He got
Yeah.
he got the wind kicked out of him, and he got up and got back on his sled, and we towed him out of there, and he steered. So, wow, more power to you, old man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
You took
freaking
it.
amazing. But you
How
scared the
fast were
shit
you
out of
going
me.
there, old man?
I have no idea. I got there when it was
What kind
done.
of sleds? Well, what kind of sleds? When was this?
I was a couple years back. He had a Arctic Cat Prowler. It's a
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
440.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a 440. Yeah, beautiful machine.
Yeah, that's 80, 100 mile an hour sled, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Cool,
But hey,
cool.
good old days. Now we ride motorcycles. Oh, whatever.
Do you want to know something?
just
Okay, I have to do it next year. I have to get my motorcycle license. Maybe I should even try and still do it this year. I
Oh,
want
buddy.
to take the course and stuff, right?
Well, I will tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'll tell you
Nope.
one thing. And I think that absolutely every single person out there that drives a freaking car should do their motorcycle license. I think it should be mandatory because you get the same book that you do when you do your driver's license for a car. You get that for motorcycle, but it has all this other stuff in it that's all about safety. And when you do your motorcycle license, they teach you so much more about being aware of your surroundings, anticipating on what could happen. And this is what every freaking motor vehicle driver should do and should know, because it makes you, even if you, Derek, you take the course and you never ever drive a motorcycle, it will make you a much better car driver.
Yeah, it'll make you much more aware. No, 100%.
Yes, it's unreal how much different it is.
I am one of those guys who think people who ride on the roads are crazy. You guys are fucking nuts. I love speed, right? I've been on a few crotch rockets on highways later at night or earlier in mornings. And I love the speed, right? I already know that crotch rockets are not for me, right?
So, buddy, do not get a crotch rocket.
Right.
Get yourself a cruiser.
I would get a crotch rocket
bike
and go on a track.
Yeah.
I get on a cruiser. Cruisers are okay. I don't mind that, right?
Yeah.
I don't
They
mind
have
it.
plenty of power, but they're not nuts.
But I don't think that they're comfortable enough. I think they're too slouchy.
Oh.
So I'm more thinking like a motar, right? So like a bigger engine. First, I'm going to start it with a smaller engine because insurance until I get a few years under me. Even though I've rode bikes my whole life, right? But
have you ever ridden a cruiser?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay.
My friend actually had like a Yamaha 550 cruiser. I've had a big cruiser, like a Goldwing. I've been on. I've took an automatic Goldwing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been on some of those bigger bikes. That's not for me. Do you want to know what kind of bike I'd like? Do you remember like it in the say the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, when they came up with all the 4-cylinder bikes like the Yamahas and shit like that? And you know what I mean? Just the bikes just before the crotch rockets, right? They were tiny little bikes, man, but fuck did they go.
They were 650s, but they were 4-cylinders.
Yes.
Like the pistons were this big.
Yeah.
But right?
There's 4 of them.
Well, see what I got a twin. It's a 2-cylinder, right? And it's 1100 cc's.
Oh.
And for me that bike is great. Yes, Sometimes I wish it would go faster, but I'm telling you, it's comfortable. It's a cruiser. I got aftermarket seats on it. I got the highway pegs, and I can like stretch out, put my feet on the highway pegs, and lock my knees.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Cruise control.
I'm comfortable.
Yep.
And that's what I like about that style of motorcycle. I've been on crotch rockets, and your guts on the gas tank, you're hunched over, your neck's tilted back. How the fuck is that comfortable?
It's not. It's not meant to be comfortable. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be.
But
go.
They're fast. They're fast.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you,
right?
when I get up, it's evil. Anyways, so the bikes that you're talking about and the bikes that I'm talking about both get you ass. It seems that we're talking about ass, George. Maybe.
Hey, folks, it's time for George's backside, my favorite part of the show. So sit back and have a look at his backside. And you can catch George out in the clubs, DJing, that's right, flipping those discs, and whatever else he does. But hey, right now, I just want you to focus on his backside and come up with some answers.
All right. Actually, just to finish off that conversation before I show my backside.
Yeah.
Here, I don't know, but in England, you can do an advance, or you could do, because I was going to do it. I never coordinated it with schedules, but you can do like as a motorist, you can do an advanced driving test. The public can do it, where you go on skid pans and all that kind of stuff. And I was always tempted to do that, but I just never got around to do it. Can you do that?
And that should be mandatory for everybody.
It was a great idea. Yeah.
There shouldn't be a basic, because basic is bullshit. And even in this country, I'm not trying to slam anybody now or whatever, but if you're from somewhere else, you come to Canada, you don't speak English, they actually have people that will take you out to get your license in your own language. And I personally think that's wrong, because you can't read the frickin' signs. A lot of them are pictorial, they're images, but
what if you go somewhere you can't read and you can't read Spanish? Should you be able to drive in Mexico?
No.
What about an international license that says, guess what? We have this red sign, and when you see a red sign on a road, that red sign means stop, which is pretty much like universal.
And that's why they're trying to make everything by standard international images. A stop sign, right? Is this?
Yeah. It's international.
No entry is this or whatever. They're trying to make everything standard. But again, I can drive here and get an international driver's license. I can go drive in Italy. Yep. Okay, it'll be a little bit more crazy, but the rules are kind of the same. Mm-hmm. But now let's say I want to go to New Zealand or England. Everything's fucked up backwards. Yeah. So should I be driving there? Maybe not.
I've done it both ways, because I've driven in Europe. I've driven across Europe, right? Back in a couple of times in the 70s. And that is weird, taking, where your steering wheel is on the right-hand side as a driver, but you're driving on the left-hand side of the road. That is crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, it takes, when I used to go back to England for visits, it would actually take me a little bit of adjustment, to start driving. I'll be on the wrong side of the road,
Absolutely. It's crazy. And I can see that. And just driving down a road probably isn't that big of a deal, but once you get into a city where there's intersections and circles and all this
roundabouts,
nonsense,
the big roundabouts in some of those cities.
And that's why I'm saying I should not be able to just drive there without doing some kind of test.
I know, proficiency, a bit of a proficiency test. Yeah. And talking of motorbikes, actually, I used to, the sport I follow, Speedway, it's dirt track racing. I used to go to a track over in Paris, over past near Waterloo. Used to have Friday night meetings there. I used to do stuff there with watch the racing and all that. But there's a couple of guys that always wanted to get me on one of those bikes to go around the oval.
Yeah.
Not a chance, baby. Not a chance.
Wow. I know Derek would just jump at that opportunity.
Well, you want to know something? Okay, so I've been offered to ride a lot of bikes, and there is a lot of bikes that I've said no to.
Yeah.
Right. There's been a couple of bikes that I was like, ooh, that's a really awesome bike, right? But if you drop that, you know what I mean? Just something happens. You stumble on a rock and you go, oops, you know what I mean? Anything.
Yeah. It's so funny you say that because I have a Yamaha, and Yamaha makes a bike. It is the bike. It's called the Raider. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's a cruiser style, but it's a little bit more sleek, and it's 1952 cc's.
1950.
It's almost a 2-liter engine on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And I love the bike. I'm thinking in my head, I would love to have that bike.
Raider?
Yeah, Yamaha Raider. Look at it. The pipes on it it's a beautiful bike. And so many people buy those bikes and bring them back, and they just say it's too much bike.
Yeah. I've been on that looks like a.
Isn't that a great looking bike?
Yeah, what's that? 113 horsepower.
I don't know. I don't know what the horsepower is.
That's it there, right?
Yep. Look at the pipes on that.
Oh yeah.
What a sweet looking bike.
So my friend had the 85 VMAX. Was the 85 or 86 VMAX?
Oh, the VMAX. Yes.
Right? The one that they got rid of. And then
yes.
Yeah, that was so. I thought that bike was like really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then a friend of mine who this girl that I know, she's like, hey, you want to come riding with me? I have like 5 bikes. You can just take one. I'm like, I don't have my license. She's like,
what?
You ride
really?
dirt bikes. Yeah. She's like, you ride dirt bikes. And I'm like, yeah. She goes,
wow.
Anybody who rides a dirt bike can ride a road bike. I'm like, yeah, but it's different, right? She goes, yeah, but you guys like fly in between trees and you go over jumps and all this stuff. All you hear is just going fast and in between stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy at 100 miles an hour plus.
Yeah.
100 miles an hour in first gear. So, anyways, she had a couple of bikes, an RC51, right? If you know road bikes, that's the Super, the 1000, the CBR 1000.
Okay.
And she had this little bike that was long, and it felt like no other bike had ever been on before.
Okay.
She had it all lowered and everything too, right? But it was a Hayabusa.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Right? That, it's just different.
Mm-hmm.
When you get like you talk, you don't even feel wind.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing ever. And I just took it like down an industrial park at 2:00 in the morning. I gave it, but holy no, I wasn't going to give that thing, man. Crazy. That's the fastest production vehicle made.
I've seen Hayabusas out on the highway, and they're doing 130 kilometers an hour, and they give it throttle, and the fucking front end lifts up.
Easy.
And it just... Every time he tries to accelerate, it just lifts up. It lifts up. It lifts. He's got to feather it to accelerate. It's like, Jesus, insane.
It's crazy. And then they do them up. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm not into that, but a lot of guys are.
Yeah, crazy.
George, can I ask George something?
Hey,
just before you do your back, just before you do your backside. Yeah. I need some help.
Okay, here we go.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Oh, thank you. Now let's see your backside, buddy.
All right.
Even Richard says, I want to see George's backside.
Richard, I can't get that thought out of my mind that Richard is looking forward to seeing my backside.
I know.
It's scarred me for life there, Richard. I've had a pint with you, for heaven's sakes. Come on.
Well, I think Richard has probably had a few pints tonight.
Probably, yeah. All right, here we go. It might be really easy. It might be really hard. Depends how it goes, right? Well, hi, Kathy, by the way. Hi, Junior. And Rhonda. All right, here we go. Let's flash it. Here it goes.
All right. Oh, Is that
Oh,
the
Jesus.
Rolling Stones?
Is this the Rolling Stones?
I don't know. I for some reason I had to say the Rolling Stones. I don't know.
The Rolling Stones.
Oh, there you go.
It looks like an orca, like a killer whale.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, killer whale tank.
Look at it. It's well warm. This you can see where they've
Right.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
see that. Nice.
Oh yeah, and you, Richard. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah. Oh, we can't
What?
get any beer. You can't get any beer. Oh dear.
Home delivery, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Contact
Richard, you want me to?
delivery to your door?
Richard,
Richard, I could fill the saddlebags on my bike right now and drive you out some beer. Do you want some beer, buddy? Like, come on.
Literally, get the shit delivered to your door. You don't even have to fucking look at the guy. He'll drop it off.
Yeah, but then I could have a beer with him and get COVID too.
Well,
That's true. It's, well, anyway, COVID.
Here we
Kevin,
go. Kathy,
COVID's
UK,
dead.
Aerosmith,
Aerosmith,
and it's UK.
COVID doesn't exist anymore over here.
UK.
UK.
Yeah, we got yes. Is it yes?
Richard says
Oh,
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought that was a reply to a
No,
question.
I think the yes was if I should bring him some beer.
Oh, well, that's okay. I wanted
No, we'll
to
give
do
it a buzz anyway because it wasn't on last
Okay, So
week.
you said it was a UK band?
That's funny.
Did you say it was a UK band?
It's a UK band, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. so
UK band, and it's
UK
not
band.
yes.
When is this band's era? When were they around?
Well, this particular album was 1969. It was
So
a
this
second
is-
album.
Their second album.
Okay,
69.
George.
Are they still around today?
Not as a band, no.
Not as a band. Oh, so is this the Beatles?
Is it the Beatles?
Wow. Okay, fans, come on. I want to hear other guesses.
All
And
right.
Smith. Yes, was
Yes,
to ring me
let's
beer.
me a beer.
Yes, to bring me a beer. I knew it was Richard.
No.
That's why I
okay,
like
so-
you.
So
UB40.
67, 68 was their first album?
68, I think, was late. Oh, it might have been very early 69, but yeah, definitely 68.
Okay.
By then.
Oh, oops. Kathy wants
Hang
to know
on.
if it's oops.
George,
I don't think so.
I have an image right now looking at your backside,
Yeah.
and I can't get out of my head. I can't get past it. I can't even think. But see where your finger's pointing, your top finger.
Yeah.
The other side of the sleeve,
Yeah.
there's like a little triangle like this. You see it on the other side, right on the very edge.
Which this side?
Other side, right up in the middle on the far side. Keep going around. Keep going around. Nope, over to other edge.
This one.
See, I can't say. Okay, exactly the opposite side. Keep going around. Keep going around. Down. Stop. Nope, go back up.
Oh, that?
Right there. Right there. You see that? Yeah, right in your finger. See that little triangle?
Yeah.
And see right above the triangle, there's a dark oval.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And now ahead of the triangle, there is like a semicircle. So
All
I
right.
see those images,
As a happy
and
face.
I see a fish.
Oh, you see a fish? I see a happy face.
I see the side of a fish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then if you look where the center of the LP is, like
Yeah.
the label, you
Yeah.
see that? It's kind of like almost a full circle.
Yeah.
That could be the fin.
Right.
I'm seeing a fish.
All
right.
So I'm like totally fucked up. I can't do this.
Oh.
Is there a band called Fish?
There is a band. Well, the lead singer of Marillion was Fish, or is. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know a band called Fist.
Hang on. Where are we?
You ever heard of a band called Fist?
Fist.
Yeah.
Here, George, wait a second. Let's do this first. Let's
Hang
do
on.
this first. Wait.
Here we go.
Let's do Sandra first.
Go on.
Sandra says Floyd.
Yeah, Sandra says Floyd. Wah, wah, wah.
But
What
what
did
Kathy said,
say?
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. No. Oh my God. Kathy, you are unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what? Kathy's like Derek used to be.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry, but I already knew that was Zeppelin. And
No.
I had to let that one go because...
Well, I said it might be easy, right?
That was, yeah.
This album has very fond memories for me. It reminds me of my first love, like Glynis.
Which
Glynis
one?
Kirkham.
The guy with the beard?
Kathy.
No. Glynis. There you go. Listening to that album in an
Kathy, you're
armchair
amazing.
4 a.m. in someone's
Good
house.
job, Kathy. You deserve it. You're
There
awesome.
you go. The secrets of a
So, what
free
happened?
DJ.
What happened 2 albums after that?
Oh,
4.
Holy Grail was made. Zeppelin 4.
Yeah.
what do you mean the Holy Grail?
Of albums, Zeppelin 4 is considered the Holy Grail. That was
Oh,
the rock and
No.
roll album. Yes, it is.
no.
That's
See, for me, I never thought Zeppelin was that good.
me either.
What?
Right?
They're
No,
great.
I
I wasn't.
Zeppelin
I wasn't
was
a fan at
okay.
the time. Yeah.
I listened to a lot of their stuff back in the day, but
Yeah.
they were not. They were in the middle. They were not a good band. They were like, I can listen to that.
Hmm.
And a lot of people go, "Oh my God, Zeppelin! Oh my
Yeah.
God!" I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't.
I kind of didn't appreciate them at the time, but looking back on them, I thought, yeah, I get it. You know why they're so huge. But at the time, I didn't particularly.
Well, it's
I think
even like I came through the rise of heavy metal, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, is that Hike? You all right?
Sister.
Yeah. Signal. Uh-oh. I have to look behind my back now. Are people coming for me?
Something just went past you.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I think for me, because like in '69, I was 16, turned 17, right? So
Yeah,
like, compared to what was
after
around,
16,
you know,
comes 17. Yeah.
So what was like around at the time when Zeppelin sort of came onto the scene, it was different. It was very, now I think it's some of it's history, right? Whereas then it was like, wow,
Dude,
you know what I mean? You didn't hear it on the radio as such, certainly not in England.
Exactly.
You know, stuff like that.
Sorry, I put my hand right. So anyways, blah 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 blah.
Talk to the hand.
Yeah. I think I may have been.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my head's going like this, right? I'm not doing what you think. Yeah. Sorry,
You were
I am
practicing
actually-
the secret handshake live, were you?
I am putting
Oh yeah, Mojo hand bomb.
Oh, my
I'm
goodness.
putting Mojo Bomb on my knee because
Never
my
thought
knee has
using
just
it for
been
that.
so
Yeah.
fucked.
Oh, your fucking weenie.
You know what? This stuff
Hey,
is
guys.
amazing. Actually, here, hang on. I'll get the bigger one so you can see it. Have you guys tried this?
Yeah, I've got some. You got me some.
Have you tried it, George?
Yeah. Not on me weenie
Thank-
though.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do my weenie either. I did my knee, buddy. Come on. What the hell's wrong with you?
Okay, we believe you. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh.
got 3 knees, eh? Your left knee, your right knee, and your weenie.
That's right.
Wow. Okay, I
Hey.
guess I have no chance. We'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Mojo. Is that it? Instead of Viagra, he puts the mojo on.
Get his
Yeah.
mojo working. I
Oh,
got my mojo working.
hey, if anybody needs some, let me know. This stuff is great. You should try it, Derek.
What's it great for?
Huh?
What
If you got pains.
So I do get pains. So
Yeah.
I get pains from playing, and it'll be in the muscle down here, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
it goes down onto my shoulder blade.
Yep.
And that's usually just after fucking playing a lot and a lot and a lot.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if I like have a show, I like to practice twice as long as what I'm going to play. So if I'm doing
Yeah.
1 hour sets, I practice for 2 hours for like a week to 2 weeks ahead of time, depending on whether I'm learning new stuff or whatever. Right.
Right.
So I'll wear out my arm if I
Well, if if you want to try some, the small tin is $15. The big one is 50. It's 1 ounce and 4 ounces, right?
Do you want to know something? I'm gonna go get you. I'm gonna show you the tin that I use now. I'll be right back.
Okay,
All right.
go for it.
All
All right. See, it's like squirrel, right? You tell him something, it's like, and he's gone. Right?
Yeah.
So have you tried it, George?
I've got it. I picked some up from you. Remember?
I know you did, but have you tried it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Did it work for you?
Everything else at my age. You know what I mean?
I find it really works, but you got to be careful. Like this happened to my buddy. He bought one of the big tins, and his wife was complaining she had a sore back, right? So he's rubbing it on her back, right? And once you get this kind of stuff, it starts to soak into your skin. It gets a little dry. So what he kept doing, he kept getting more and putting it on and putting it on and putting it on. He kept, It's called Mojo Bomb for a reason, right? It's not like CBD. So she slept very good.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. What do you got there, Derek?
So, okay. I got the one that everybody uses, and I used this before I even knew it was like medicine for humans.
Really?
Oh, liniment
oil.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Oh yeah.
Where the fuck did you find that?
Oh, you can get it at any good co-op.
Really?
Oh yeah, bud.
All right.
Okay, and
okay, I can't read that. I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so it is plaster of Bruce.
Plaster of Bruce. Okay.
Yeah.
You still got me.
Yeah, and it's an anal gel. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I can't read that.
So you've been using it wrong all this time.
I have been. No, but this is like some bad translation. So I have a friend who told me to try.
What is that? Is that a cream, a drink? Like it looks like it's a beer.
It's a paste, right? So it's on this, like it's a tape, right? And,
okay.
And you put it on, and this is a paste on here.
Okay.
And it literally it turns your meat into fucking butter.
Wow.
Yeah. Right? Oh,
should try that on corn on the cob, eh?
Yeah. No. All I can tell you is don't get it in your eye.
Yeah.
Like, this is all natural kind of shit. I got to turn the light on, and I'll maybe be able to read it, maybe not. But this is like all like plasters and stuff are all stuff that people used for years to heal, muscles and get knots out.
Yeah, it's it's funny you talk about that because people called it nasty shit, like witches do that and all that, using the plasters. But it's an old remedy that goes way back, right?
Yep.
You get the grandma or grandpa or nonna or whatever would know these things, and that's what they would do.
Yeah, I've got a couple of Chinese ones that someone recommended to me. One's a wood balm, and the other one's some kind of analgesic oil called white flower, I think it's called.
Hey, that's it. That's that analgesic. That's it. That's gonna
wow.
Maybe you've been using it all wrong.
You have been using it all wrong, right? Because it said analgesic on
it. even the way it says it on it, there's a space in between. You know what I mean? Like it says anal.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
It still looks like a beer can. Like what's in that?
So this is just how they package it. They put a plastic lid on to make it airtight, and you pop.
And it has all the papers inside.
Yeah, it's just wrapped, right? And you cut a chunk off.
Oh, okay.
And you literally stick it to you, and you leave it on overnight. And fuck, you got to peel it off the next day. But that brown will almost all be gone. It'll be absorbed into your skin.
Oh,
and you just it's awesome.
cool.
Yeah, I have.
How did you find out about that?
Okay, so I have a friend who is a godsend, but I call her a white witch. She
Oh.
works in quantum. Is it quantum science or quantum physics or something? She works like on the spirit level, basically.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
She can tell everything about you by a picture, and it's scary what she can tell you because like she brought up shit, and I'm just gonna use an example of someone I know because I know the person and I know they would might be sharing it. But this one person, which this other person down the road would like this lady would not know. She said, "You when you were 18, you had trauma." She said, "Huh?"
Oh, geez, that's pretty cool.
She goes, in your mouth. You had trauma in your mouth." She's like, "What?" And she goes,
Wow.
like an extraction. Did you have your wisdom teeth extracted when you were 18? And she's like, "Actually, yeah, I did." "How did that go?" And she said, "It was probably the worst experience of my life." She goes, "Okay." They got infected and everything. She ended up passing out. There was a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
right? And she goes, like, I haven't even told anybody that story in 20 years, let alone
Right.
you who I've met, 8 months ago.
Hmm.
Right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just weird things. So she told me a
Wow.
whole bunch of, I've been having IBS, is what all the specialists and everything were saying. And she told me to go take a bunch of pills and said my body is basically telling me not to eat meat. Hi, Deb. Hi, James.
Oh,
And I was like, huh, well, that can't be right. And she's like, well, let's work on one thing at a time, right? I'm like, okay.
yeah.
So she said, first, we're going to get your body back. Like, we're going to find out what's wrong with your body. And we took a bunch of pills. And within 6 weeks, I
Yeah.
had felt better. I had more energy. I was gaining weight than I'd
Oh,
ever
wow.
felt in my life.
Oh.
And I was like, holy
So,
crap.
do you still talk to her?
Not so much.
I was going to say that might be a really cool person to have on the show.
Yes, it would be. I doubt she would come on the show.
Oh, too bad.
So this is she works the way she explains it to me. She's like, after I do this, I am literally psychic, basically, and I know what you people are thinking, and
Wow.
Okay.
I don't want to be around people.
Wow.
And I'm like, I get
Yes.
it, right? I get it
Yep.
because she's
Yep.
like, literally, I know what you're thinking, and I'm like, okay, and it's weirdest thing because you'll be at a party and she'll just be sitting there and get up and leave. But then you'll notice that somebody like over here was like, oogling her or something, right? She's a fairly attractive lady. And
Okay.
that'll make her, and now she's like, I hear that now. That's all I'm hearing.
Right.
I'm not hearing everything else. So like, right. So it's hard to
Okay.
be
Got
around
ya.
people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
too bad.
And she's like, well, and I just want to go over to a friend's house and hang out, have a couple of drinks. And now I have to like force myself to block myself out of them.
Yeah, because there's
Right?
some creep there looking at my cleavage and
Well,
thinking
yeah,
dirty things. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah.
I've heard of this before.
So,
I
yeah.
get it.
But it's weird. Derek's audio. Sorry, I'm missing shit. Derek's audio and video are out of sync. I don't know what you mean. Huh?
No,
Yeah.
Richard, it's not his audio or video. It's Derek himself.
I'm out of
He's
sync.
out of sync.
That's right. He's vibrating at a different rate than the rest of us.
That's very old school. What is Kathy saying? That's very old school.
Oh, I don't know. I'm way behind on these. So
Maybe your patch thing, your analgesic that you've got.
Jarvis can't be out of sync. Bullshit. Come to my next show. I'll prove you wrong.
Did you do a gig this weekend, or is it next weekend?
No, we haven't this weekend.
You did one just this past weekend, right?
Saturday, yeah, it was good.
Yeah. How'd that go, buddy?
It was pretty good. It was.
Yeah.
We're starting to get regulars now, right? So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, man, it's a good feeling.
I know. I texted you because we were hoping to go, but with family shit. So
your loss.
I know. I went to the show where you guys played in Oshawa, and it was awesome. It was so good. Yeah. Just keep telling us, and hopefully we'll get into one of these shows.
Yeah.
George, you got to come out too one day.
I know.
September 10th, we're playing in Uxbridge at the Uxbridge.
Oh, really?
Fair. Yeah, we're playing at the band shelter there.
Wow.
Where?
The band shelter at the Uxbridge Fair.
Is that a day gig?
I don't know where that is.
Have you ever been to the Uxbridge Fair?
No.
Have you ever been to Uxbridge?
Yeah.
You know where the pond?
All the time. Is it in the park, in Elkin Park?
Elgin Park. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. I know where it is. Yeah.
So right where the pond is, and then you go up and you have the parking for the park.
Yep.
Right there is the band shelter.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're playing outside.
So what are they having? They're having a little, bunch of bands play, or
no,
or is this just you guys?
Yeah. It looks like we're ending it. We are kind of the last thing going on at the fair.
Oh.
That's
wow.
From 4 to 5, so it's not early, not late.
Okay.
Getting home and time for supper.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Keep plugging that, buddy, every week until we get there.
September 10th.
Yeah.
One day before. Hey, September 10th.
Oh, there you go.
September 10th.
What happened then?
What happened September 10th?
Everybody was planning for September 11th.
No.
No?
Just released that they had misplaced, what was it? $3 billion or something, or $3 trillion of the military funds.
Misplaced it.
So that's why the towers fell the next day, because that was just a cover-up.
And that's why the Pentagon got hit right in the records building.
Imagine that. Strange.
Imagine there was no debris at the Pentagon.
Yep.
Yeah, but anyways.
Oh my God, we could go left right now.
Well, we don't even have to go left. We could go straight, kind of like the missile. I mean, the airplane went straight through the first building and blew up in the second part of the Pentagon because of how the Pentagon is layered.
Not.
Well, I think it is September the 11th, a Monday. Won't we be on air that night?
Will we? Oh,
I think so.
We gotta find a September 11th.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Because if I'm playing on September 10th, and that's a Sunday, so
it is.
All right.
September 11th is a Monday. Or you can
we need to find a special guest for September 11th.
Fuck, I'm gonna look hard for this now.
Then we'll get
Damn.
That'll be the last Heikadelic show.
Yeah, that'll be it, eh? Look,
be like
I got
black,
Osama bin Laden.
there'll be black
Hey!
SUVs pulling outside our house.
Nope. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Actually,
NWA shows up.
22 years ago. Was it? Yeah, 22 years ago, right?
Yeah.
No way. Was it that long?
Yeah.
What were you
22
doing
years
on
ago?
September 11th, 2001?
In the morning at like 10:30 in the morning, whatever it was.
Fuck, wasn't it like 8:30 or something?
Was it earlier than that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was sleeping till about 10:30 then.
Yeah.
And then
I
Mrs. George.
remember I was at work.
Yeah.
And in our work, there's these guys we call they're sharpeners, and they all sit at desks, and some of them have their little radios going with their earbuds in. And I remember they were listening to the radios and just started freaking out, just saying, "Oh my God, something crazy is going on!" And then we put it on the speakers so everybody could hear it, and it was kind of weird. We're kind of following it, and it was like, "Holy shit!" We thought World War III was starting. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was pretty bizarre.
Yeah, I missed the first one, but then Mrs. George came up and woke me up and said, "You're not going to believe this, what's just happened." And it's like the second one had hit. Right. And I was doing a lunchtime cruise in Toronto, at 1 o'clock. And
Right.
It was for a branch of the TD or whatever, or the TD, some TD offices. And of course, everything was cancelled, right? All the crew cancelled everything. And so, I mean, we were stood, where the docks were, where the boats were, just at the bottom of Young Street. You can just see this. We're all looking at the CN Tower, trying to imagine someone flying into the CN Tower and things like that, and thinking, geez, like what's going to happen next,
Yep.
And then, so the cruise got cancelled. The TD cancelled it. But we had all this food, and it was all like Kentucky Fried Chicken for like 200 people. So everyone.
George
What happened to George?
Looks like he froze. So, anyways, 911 happened. The first plane hit at 8:46 a.m.
Right.
I remember standing there. I guess I just at 8:41. I would have just got home from work. Or at 8:46. Sorry, I would have just got home from work, so I would have been having a beer.
Huh? Wow.
I work nights.
Really?
I used to work nights.
Oh, gotcha.
So the closest beer store that was open, or let me talk with my hand again. Closest beer store that was open was the Mount Albert Foodland or something.
Oh, yes.
48. Right?
Yeah.
So that was one of those.
You rolled in.
If you rolled in when they opened up, they would sell you beer.
Wow, they had the alcohol section open in the morning when they opened the store.
Yep.
That's cool.
So we used to do that, and it was great because we worked nights, right?
Good old Mount Albert.
By fucking 9 o'clock, man, I was like shittered.
Yeah.
Dude, you're drunk at 9 o'clock in the morning? Yep. I just worked fucking 16 hours. Well, not 16 hours. There are 12-hour days.
Yeah. But
that
was your
you guys when you had your first beer served to you in like an actual, not nicking one of your dads or your whatever, or big brothers, but like actually went into a pub or a bar and got served a pint.
I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
I was 16.
Yep.
I was 15.
Used to go, this place. I guess I can talk about it openly now. We used to go to this place called The Bar. And it was under River Valley in Uxbridge, which is right behind the Backers it used to be. So the Circle K now in downtown Uxbridge.
Okay.
Right, where they had all the construction. So if you go right behind that where there's a parking lot, there's a building. I think it's an insurance company now. But up top used to be a family restaurant. And underneath was this bar, and it was just called The Bar. And literally, they would let anybody go in and drink. So when we turned 16 and got our licenses, we would go there and we would have a couple pitchers of beer.
Right.
take off, right?
Yep.
So yeah, man. Fuck, we did that until the place shut down.
I wonder why they shut down.
All right, Richard. 15 as well. He got
15,
served in a
well, it's
bar,
like a
just like
standard
me.
age, yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah. And the drinking
And I
age here is
remember-
higher than in England, too. It's 18 in England.
That was 15. I got served in a bar. I've been buying beer at the beer store since I was 14 because my dad used to send me to get him beer. And I would ride my bicycle from the house to downtown Ajax, and I'd go to the beer store and get him beer. And then I remember when I turned 16, I said, I can legally buy beer now. And I went in the beer store, and they asked me for my ID. And I said, buddy, I've been coming here for 2 fucking years. And now you ask me for my ID? Like, that was so funny.
I was the same way. So I hung out with a mountain bike club, and they were all older than me, right? So that you had to be at least legal drinking age to actually be in the club, and I was. So everybody that I hung around was all of age, but I wasn't. So anyways, one of my friends worked at the beer store, and she had no idea how old I was. So she just served me beer, right? I'm just like, oh, Christine's working. Let's go in. Hey, how's it going? Give me beer, right? And just after a while, everybody gets used to it. Hey, Derek. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Right? Because you're all the time. Okay, yeah, no problem. And it becomes normal. So again, I'm doing this for about almost 3 years. And this one lady's like, she goes, I know you come in here all the time. How old are you? I said, I'm of age. And she goes, no, show me your ID. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. I pull out my ID, hand it to her. She's like, you just turned 19 last week. Yeah. I'm of age. Yeah, man, it was awesome. So they started busting down. But Uxbridge was, okay, so when they brought in the bar, whoever overserved can be charged with overserving, right? The establishment and the bartender, the host, whoever is serving the alcohol. It was Uxbridge Golf Course, Foxbridge got the first charge for an establishment. Right? Because, yeah, which is kind of sad. A buddy of mine. But anyways, one of the prizes was a 60-pounder. And he won the 60-pounder, was supposed to have a ride home, started drinking it at the golf tournament, right? Had a ride home, took off, got into an accident, killed a lady.
Oh, Jesus.
So they got charged.
Yeah.
Then, not 2 months later, from one of the bars in town, another guy left, hit another lady, killed her, and a young lady that we used to hang around, she was the first one in Ontario to be charged with the first bartender to be charged with overserving. Two of them in Uxbridge.
You know what? Personally, I think that is wrong. So wrong.
Do you know
why should a bartender be responsible for other people's stupidity in getting drunk?
Well, so you're not supposed
First of all,
you're not supposed to serve people till they're drunk.
Yeah, but how do you know for sure somebody's drunk? Right?
Yeah.
Well, some people, honest to God, I know some people will have 2 beers, they're slurring the words, they're a mess.
Yep.
Other guys could drink 14 beers, and they're like they were before they drank.
Yeah.
How can an establishment be responsible for other people's drinking?
Well,
I think that is so wrong. So wrong.
If you were serving somebody to the point of intoxication, when you're supposed to be serving for social, because it's illegal to be public or drunk in public, right?
Yes.
So
And whose onus is that? So I go into your bar,
correct,
and I drink and drink and drink
correct,
till I'm fucking retarded.
yeah,
Like till I'm just stupid drunk.
yeah.
Why is that your problem?
Because I let you leave my establishment when you were that drunk, and
No,
I
I
made you that drunk by making profit off of you.
no. I asked you for drinks and you served them.
At a
I'm
profit.
an adult. I should know when I can't drive my car home, but I choose to drink more.
Right.
It's a fucked up law. I'm telling you, it's fucked up. It should not be the establishment's responsibility. It should be upon the person who's doing the drinking.
Right.
That's what I think.
What are you saying? Should it be kind of like an Italy law where it's like drinking and driving is illegal, but they don't do anything unless you get into an accident, and then they just fucking throw the book at you? Is that the kind of like, because I know here, I know in Canada, like, and I know, like, I know not me personally, but good friends, it's pretty fucking lenient, man. Okay,
See,
like, you can kill somebody and do 6 months in fucking jail.
Yeah. So now, I know this could get super, super deep, but it could be a whole show. The thing is, everybody's left upon their own until something happens. Right? That's what you're saying. So I can drive sober, I can drive drunk, I can drive high, I can drive whatever until something happens.
And then you get the fullest punishment you get.
Yeah. And that's how it should be, because I am the one that has been doing the toking, the smoking, the drinking, the whatever. It should not be, well, I was at Derek's house and he just kept bringing me beers. Well, I kept asking for the fucking beers. And I know I'm here by myself in my car. I either have to drive home or get a cab or sleep over.
Mm-hmm.
That's upon me, right? I'm a grown-up adult and I know what condition I'm in. Why the fuck would it be your fault? See, that's where I draw the line.
So, again, as somebody who's making a profit off selling the alcohol, right? You have the responsibility to make sure that your patron does not get drunk and leave your establishment drunk, so they're not intoxicated in public, right? They can drink in your bar and they can get fucked up as much as they want, but they have to leave your bar sober, or you are in charge of them until they are considered sober. Which means if they go home and you take them home and you drop them off at their house, and you go back to your bar and you have their car keys and they grab their spare car keys and jump in that car and go and kill somebody, you're liable. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was wrong.
Well, yeah. But
and that's why
if you do not sell that person enough alcohol to get stoned or to get drunk, then you don't have to worry about it.
But again, how is an establishment supposed to know when you're drunk or not?
Well, because you go by the signs. How many beers have you had now? I can have 3 beers an hour. I'm a 306'5" guy. Great, sir. I will give you 2 beers an hour. So you do not drink too much and you whatever. You gotta.
So you're saying that's what they have to do?
I'm not saying it's right, but that's just how it is. I'm playing devil's advocate.
They would have to keep track of every single individual in the bar.
Yep.
How long has he been here and how many drinks has he had?
Yep. And what has he had? Right?
Yeah.
Because that does make a difference.
Yeah, it's called Smart Serve.
Server intervention program, right? Yeah.
I had to take like just because not that it matter. I had to take a food course, which is
Right.
the same as a smart serve, but it's a smart food. It's called,
Okay.
and it's the same thing. You have to go through basic rules to be able to serve food. Like I have a little ticket that says, "Hey, Derek's allowed to serve food to public,"
Hmm.
because I took a course for fucking 6 hours and paid fucking $80 to sit there. I passed it though.
How can you overserve food?
Okay. Now I am the owner of a bar. So if this was the way the law is, I would have everybody that walks into my bar wear a bracelet. Now that bracelet gets scanned every time you go to the bar and get a drink. So I know how many drinks you've had. And then the bracelet, when you come up to order another drink, you scan it and it says, no, you're intoxicated. No more drinks.
Hike.
You need something like that.
Have a beer, brother. Cheers. Let me buy you a drink.
Cheers.
Here, Hike. Here, now drink this drink too, Hike. Here you go, bud.
Okay.
How many drinks have you had now? Because I just bought you 2.
Well, I've had 9, so I'm good. I could drive home. No problem.
Yeah, but how do you know who's driving and who isn't? You know,
Yeah.
See, it's just, I don't know.
Well,
I don't agree.
That goes back to it doesn't matter if everybody's not drunk. It doesn't matter who's driving.
No. But see, that's the problem with today's society. It's not just this drinking thing. It's people are no longer responsible for what they do. Right?
I agree.
You could
There's a
do
lot of
something
things-
and something happens, and all of a sudden you go, it's not my fault. It's their fault. And the system is like that now.
Yeah.
So the bar is responsible
The fuck did
for
you
your
generation
drinking.
do to us, Heiko? We wouldn't have been in this if it wasn't for you guys right now, Hike. What'd you do?
No, not quite. Not quite. We still have some scruples.
We are seeing that though, right? We are seeing a change in world power. Just like a whole genre change, right? Like
Yeah.
it's all the old guys are kind of
Mhm.
going away.
The old guys are checking out.
And those who aren't got plastic masks. Have you seen any of those masks anyways? Like a Biden and shit? They're showing
No.
like his face is like this. So anyways, because like it was too hot and the mask is starting to wrinkle or something. Like, so anyways, and he's talking, but his face doesn't move and stuff. It's kind of neat. You can see,
Who's
like,
that?
Oh man, are you still there, old man?
oh man, take a look at my
Old man said something at the beginning of the show, and now he got quiet. He must have gone to bed.
Yeah.
Old man. Post.
Postal. Fucking old man. Fuck man. God damn it. Hey, how about
What?
the change in music? Wow.
Ah.
Hey. So let's talk about the change in music, Rhonda.
All right.
How do you feel music has changed? I feel right now music is actually kind of stalemated. I don't think it's changed in a long time. Like decades.
Yeah.
The last real change, and it wasn't even a change, I'm gonna say was alternative. And that was the 90s,
Ooh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even alternative, really, that was just a fucking name, another name for punk, pop punk.
Hmm.
Basically.
Did they call it that? Alternative rock and
Yeah,
alternative?
that's what they called it, right? Like,
Yeah. That's because they didn't know what it was.
listen to Stone Temple Pilots. That's the farthest thing from alternative ever. My God, the guy's got a voice. He's got the second voice of an angel. And you know what I mean? Like, that band is not alternative. They are a total pop rock band, right?
Right.
Lady picture shows she had. Just, oh, man.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
That reminds
I
me. I just went the other day with some great friends, and we all went to see Glass Tiger.
Oh, in
Hey,
Peterborough.
That's something. Yeah, in Peterborough.
Mhm.
Nice.
Were you there, George?
No, I know they were playing there.
Yeah, that's where we went. Went to Peterborough to see Glass Tiger.
Yeah, Del Ferry Park. Yeah, I used to go to those concerts when I lived there.
And you know what? He can still sing.
Alan Frew. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got it.
Did you know that he had a stroke?
Yes, he has severe stroke. He was paralyzed on one side of his body.
Yeah.
And he went through rehabilitation for a couple of years just to get back moving again.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And now he's up singing.
Good for him.
Yep. Yep.
But see, here's a question I have for you guys.
Dun, 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 dun.
A band like Glass Tiger was a big band. Everybody knew who Glass Tiger was. They're on the radio. They're playing everywhere.
Local band.
Newmarket, right?
They're from Newmarket.
Yeah.
So they are.
Why are they now playing little venues like that?
Because they are local big. They are not big. They in the 80s, you have your 20% music that has to be Canadian, right?
Yeah,
right.
But I mean, like, don't you forget about me was hitting. I was playing that when in the bar that played in England in the last couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, that was big over there.
Well, they had like the something line, right? Another one that was a big one, and that was worldwide. That was Thin Line or something.
Yeah, can't think what it is. They had a couple of big ones. There was some Sun as well.
Three, because they had two off the first album, and then there was like three off the next two albums or something. Like the two off the next one, I think it's just called Glass Tiger.
Yeah,
and that was with the Thin Line and there's something.
Yeah, I mean they were actually the first band to play at Skydome.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they played the opening ceremony night, whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the very first band to play there. Yeah.
Wow. They opened for Tragically Hip, did they not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because everybody's like, Tragically Hip was the first band to play in the Dome. Like, actually, no, it wasn't. It was.
Bit of trivia there for you, kids.
Yeah. So, stupid trivia. I was in Skydome. Okay, I was in Toronto the first time they opened Skydome. Me and my friend were, his dad sold antiques, so we were down at the harbor front. Right? We were at one of the markets. So we watched it open and it got stuck.
Yeah.
Right? So whatever, they had to delay the opening for it. So then the actual second game in it, I was in it, and
really?
The roof was open, and it was a great day, and got fucking sunburned.
Yeah. Well, the first actual like concert there was on the Thursday. I think it opened. I can't remember what the date it opened. It was in late June. Might have been the 26th. Might have been, no, I don't think it was. That was when the CNTR opened. But anyway, it was Rod Stewart. I told you that story about him. It'd been open like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And like obviously the acoustics were absolute crap. And, and he was just going crazy. Like he was absolutely so pissed off with the acoustics.
Yeah. What did they do there? They wound up putting these sound sheets,
the big black
in the drapes,
to
reflect sound.
Yeah,
because I remember that too. You know, they started putting bands in there, and the sound was brutal.
Yeah.
It was echoing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's bouncing back off the concrete or whatever.
Yeah. So they put all these acoustic curtains, I guess you could call them, all inside the ceiling and stuff like that. To absorb the sound. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, crazy days.
I remember what Derek said when they opened it, it got stuck. They opened it part way and it wouldn't go any further, and they couldn't open it or close it. It was just stuck.
Yeah. Well, you know. But going back to the question about music, I mean, when I was growing up in my youth and whatever, not even my youth, in my 20s and 30s, you had to look, you had to find radio stations to listen to music. There wasn't, certainly not in England.
Right.
There wasn't a lot of music on television. It was all, whereas I mean, I might be totally off the mark here, but there's so much music now on television. It kind of I think that the visual side of it kind of has altered stuff as well. You're not just getting the audio, you're getting the video as well. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of changed what kind of music gets played a lot. If you know what I mean.
Well, yeah. The
Sense,
big changer for that was Much Music. Remember?
Yeah.
They brought Much Music out, and they started doing music videos, and it was the coolest thing because you could sit at home and watch music videos.
That's right.
It was amazing, right? And we watched a lot of it because you'd see your favorite bands or bands you like or whatever, and get to watch all the cool videos.
Yeah. Sometimes you like the video, but you go, "Oh, what was the song?"
Yeah.
So I think a bit of that came into it, the image or whatever you call it. But it also destroyed some people's careers, didn't it? Well, MTV and all that, because there's certain acts. I think the one they talk about is Christopher Cross, who was huge back in late 70s, early 80s, whenever it was.
Right.
But he didn't look. He was a chubby guy with a beard and everything, and he just, his career kind of went because he couldn't look good on a video. And
because people finally saw him and went, "Ooh."
Yeah, that kind of stuff started creeping in, right? And I think that certainly changed like the way people got the music.
Well, see, that's kind of funny because you say that, and I liked the band Rammstein, heavy metal German band, but I've never seen him. And one day I saw a music video, and there's this big fat bastard. He's the lead singer. He's all sweaty and gross, and it's like, okay, I still liked it. I didn't care what he looked like. I liked the music, and I was just kind of like, oh, wow, that's what he looks like for real,
Yeah.
So I find it weird that people would actually not like a song that they normally would like, because the artist is blonde or fat or the color they don't want or whatever. It's like those are shallow people that whatever, just go away, just go away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Derek?
I know the name.
Well, let me see here. I grew up in an era where if you liked heavy metal, you would probably get into a fight with a guy who wore cowboy boots.
Okay. Yeah.
Who would also be getting picked on by the guy who was wearing the high heel disco fucking boots.
Oi, don't pick on me, okay? Is that you?
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah, and I literally watched that wall break.
Yeah.
Right? Because all of a sudden it went like, hey, man, it's okay to like listen to heavy metal and rock and roll.
Well, that's what I named myself years ago. I said I'm a disco-delic househead that's trapped in a rock and roll body.
Right.
And that's me.
Yeah.
And I like the music has no boundaries for sure.
Oh,
well, and
it's good music.
What you see there, what's happened? For instance, the band I like, Volbeat, heavy metal band, Danish band. Their super big influence for a lot of music is oh my god, shit! The name just went. That's terrible. It just went away.
Yeah,
I just had a brain fart.
It's worse, by the way, Heiko.
Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's one of their biggest influences. So they're a heavy metal band, but Johnny Cash is a big influence on their music. And you can hear it in the music. They sing about him, everything else. And I'm going, there's a big crossover there.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you have country and rock or hard rock. You know, they have that crossover too.
Mm-hmm.
And the coolest thing.
Rock, you're way. They got country and rap now.
Yeah, I'm not a rap guy, so I don't talk about rap.
Do you know what they call country rap?
No.
Does he call that?
Crap.
Shit. Crap. There you go. Thank you.
There's been a few collaborations, yeah.
It has, right?
But
it started with
I
Nelly
look back at-
and
yeah.
Raw, was it?
Somebody like that, yeah.
All in
The
my
bands-
head, I see it over
the bands
and
we
over.
used to listen to 70s and 80s, the rock or heavy rock, whatever we called it at the time,
Yeah.
they did guitar solos, drum solos, they did all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who did it in the late 90s, early 2000s?
What,
It was,
solos?
it was country music.
Yeah.
Almost every country music had a solo in it, whether it was guitars, drums, bass, whatever, they had a solo. And I thought, wow, they're carrying on that tradition, and it's country music, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, with grunge, it stopped it in the rock, right? Because the whole thing with grunge was the anti-rock star, right? The Pearl Jams, the Nirvanas, we don't want to be in the spotlight. We're not fancy. We're not buying the Gucci, right?
Mhm.
Right.
We're depressed and we have black eyes and we do heroin, and,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Self-destruct. That's how it was.
Mhm. It was the image they wanted, right?
The what?
The image.
The image that they wanted to portray, right?
Why? Because they need to get more people to do it. And like they say, even now with the rap and stuff, they're like, you watch right now, all they're doing is promoting people selling drugs, doing crimes. They're trying to get it normalized so people will go to jail. And now that the jails are privately owned, jail is now a business, right?
Yes.
So now,
Business is business.
right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, talking about like image and all that, I remember there's an English band that they didn't do too much over here, but they were huge in Europe, or Status Quo. I don't know if you know. What
I've heard of them. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, and Francis Rossi was the lead guitarist. They were always in denim. You know, the thing was denim. And I remember, I think it was an interview with him, and it was Francis Rossi, right? And someone asked him the question. I mean, they had like these ripped jeans, you know, like ripped, not like they became knees hanging up. They had these jeans and stuff like that. And someone asked him a question, and he said, like, "Where do you get your jeans from?" He said, "Because I'd love to buy a pair." And he goes, "Oh, they're custom made." You know,
yeah.
get them off the rack. It's like, you know, is that rock and roll, really? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All about that image.
That's good.
Well, but it was like I remember being a kid and ripping my jeans,
Mhm.
right? My mom having a heart attack that these
Yeah.
fucking new jeans, I just slashed them and put holes in them. So what are you gonna wear in the winter? My jeans.
Yeah.
See, and my parents came from Europe, so when our jeans got a rip in them,
Got a patch on it.
That's him.
we got the patch,
Iron on.
right?
Yeah.
Right? And that was a thing for a while. The patches. Had to
Yeah.
have patches on your pants.
That's right. Yeah. And
Patches
then
on your elbows, patches on your knees.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, when I was
Wonder
a
how
kid, I
many
was
asses
I
have farted in these.
when I was about 8, right? It was like the early '60s. Actually, probably very early '60s. And
Wow, holy shit, really?
yeah, and I know. and we still, as kids, I remember I had these jeans that were like ice blue. My mum got them, but they had, you know, you still had turn-ups from the days when we had like teddy boys. So you had a bit of a turn-up in the jean, right? And I'll tell you what, I can't remember what, but we were running away from something. We broke someone's window or something like that, right?
You're doing terrible, bad shit, right?
Yeah, you know. Yeah. You see this angelic face here? Should have seen me at age 7. But anyway. Right, so we're running away, and we were in the park. We were coming out of the park, and someone was chasing us because we'd done something. And I remember climbing over this fence, and it was the fence with like the metal posts, thin metal posts.
Yep.
They're about 6 inches apart, and the top bits. You know what I mean? There's a thing, and there's a top bit. I'm climbing over this fence, and my turn up caught in the actual fence at the top. And I just went, poof, and I was hanging there. I was just hanging there off this,
hanging from your pants.
Fence. Yeah. And my buddy's like, shit. And like, we had to like rip and then I got away though. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I got home to me mum and I thought, oh, geez, you know, like I've got this big rip at the bottom of these new jeans. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I didn't do that again. Yeah, never had
Mm-mm.
turn up since. Yeah.
Well, speaking of turning up, it is just after 11, so maybe we should turn it up to Heiko to say the hellos.
Okay.
Wow, you got these.
That's a good
you just got
impression.
the flow going there,
Oh.
Derek. Like what?
I don't know.
What the hell?
These segues are getting too much.
Them segues, you just gotta slide them in when you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, just don't just make this up. The preparation.
Damn, this is so good.
Oh, take another sip. Show us how good that is. Like, have one more.
Oh.
Look at that go down, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
Is that beer and fucking ice?
that's beer, and I got some ice in it. Yeah.
Oh, Heiko, what the fuck?
I don't know.
You put,
No
I
class.
like it cold.
No class. That's it.
No class. These.
I don't care. I'm drinking it.
Oh.
It's cold. It's good.
How can you do that to
Milk in your
beer?
beer in the morning.
See, otherwise I have to put it in the Yeti mug, and it's not as big as this. So then I'm constantly trying to pour shit in it. So I'm
Buy
good.
a bigger fucking Yeti mug. Don't be cheap.
Okay. I'll bring it when I go kayaking.
All right.
Yeah.
We going tomorrow?
Yeah. You just
All right.
have to let me know all the details and all that nice stuff. So we'll be chatting tomorrow, and let's do it.
All right.
You going
The weather's going to be good.
Yeah. I don't know.
Weather's good tomorrow. All right.
It's all right.
I'm in.
I'll talk to you in a couple minutes.
Okay. Well, you know what? Look, I had all this list of all these cool things I wanted to talk about, but I didn't have to because the three of us, we just rocked it tonight. Like, it's all good.
And you know what? I think we should do it again next week. What do you think?
I think we should try next Monday night. We should try the same thing
again next week.
Yeah.
Same time?
Yeah. I will have this with me, but let's try not to do it. We'll just go with the flow.
Okay.
And I feel really bad Ringo's not here because he could have added a lot of cool shit to the show tonight.
I hope
But
Ringo feels better.
Yeah.
He's not feeling well. He's
Yeah.
he's actually quite sick. So
He did
hats
manage
off
to
you,
call
Ringo.
us slackers, though.
He did. Yes, he did.
So,
But that's okay. He's allowed.
Ringo,
All right.
next, like, we hope you feel better, and just remember, next time the ration pack says 1964, it's not a Julian code. That's actually when it expired.
Yeah. So don't eat it.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you're going to look like Spiffy Vengeance, and the aliens are coming to get you, and you're just going to be sick.
No, okay.
Hey, this is Spiffy Vengeance, and I'm reporting for the Heikadelic Show. In behind...
Nicely done. All right. Thanks, guys, for making the show happen tonight. You guys are the best. And I also want to thank the fans that were on the show tonight. Number one today, believe it or not, was Richard.
All
We started
right.
the show.
Was it?
Boom.
Oh, I missed it.
Richard was there.
Wow.
Love it, buddy. Keep
That's
it
a
up.
first. Yeah.
Junior was right behind him.
Okay.
Then we had Susan, Kathy, Sandra, Olaf, and Rhonda. Well, thanks, everybody, for being a part of our show.
Mhm.
And we hope you're back here next Monday night at 9:30, right
We'll
here
have another backside
On-
for you. We'll have another
on
backside.
the Heikadelic Show.
And I'm going to go
Yes,
and listen to a bit
George-
of this. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
going
look,
to
he's teasing everybody. He's teasing
I'm
everybody.
going to listen to a bit of Led Zepp 2.
What's
Bring
your
back the
favorite song
memories.
on that album?
Pardon?
What's your favorite song on that album?
On this?
Yeah.
Well, because like I said, I have fond memories, so it's a whole lot of love. I like
All right.
it.
Ooh,
maybe
whole lot
Heartbreaker.
of-
But I like where they go from Heartbreaker into Living, Loving, Made as well. Yeah.
So, George, did you know what happened last week? Since you weren't here,
What?
Derek
What did
brought
I
up a backside, and it was not an album. It was a
miss?
video
And it's still
game.
on air.
It was a video game.
It's not a video. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and that went over. Keisha guessed what it was.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You kids,
Yeah.
I tell you. You're leaving
So
me behind.
hey,
Leaving me behind.
And the time before that, when you weren't there, I had some CDs, and I have one here that, just in case.
Are you teasing me with
Yeah.
the backside of yours?
That would have been a backside. So
Wow.
I'm glad you're here, buddy, because we would have had to do our crazy shit to try.
Well, actually, I'm getting to the
keep your thing going.
I'm getting to the bottom of the barrel with the albums because
Well, you got to come up with some new stuff because everybody wants to see your backside.
I know.
And when you're not here, we have to try to come up with something quick and make it happen because people get upset when you're not here.
Okay.
They want George's backside.
Okay. I might delve into my dance section. Might not be as easy then. Might not be rock and roll.
There you go.
Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, you never know who might crop up there. There's still a whole crate of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, what the heck, right?
Yeah.
So there's George's backside, folks. This is my front side. This is where the beer goes. Cheers. And we'll see you all here next week on the Heikadelic Show. Have a great week.
Well, that's another wrap for the Heikadelic Show, folks, so time to get dirty. And don't forget, listen in next week on Monday night and every Monday after that for the Heikadelic Show at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the Heikadelic Show, please find us at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. We'll see you all next week on the Heikadelic Show. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for the Heikadelic Show, it's easy. Just send us an email at info@theheikedelicshow.com. Meanwhile, you can browse our website at www.theheikedelicshow.com or .ca. Click on our sponsor tab and find out more information on sponsorships. Thanks for joining the Heikadelic Show, fans.
Hi, welcome to the Heikadelic Show Overtime. This is when you get to ask us all the questions you wanted to ask us that you couldn't ask us live on air because we're live on air still. Shit.
You haven't found the button.
Watching. I hope you all have a good night.
All right.
Yeah, they will.
Oh, hey, let's see what the comment was. We do have a comment. We got a comment from Rhonda. All right.
Oh, well.